Star Wars Age of Rebellion Special Issue 1 sees another anthology series comprised of 3 stories set during the Galactic Civil War. The first story picks up with the assassin droid IG-88, who angers the Empire by blowing up one of their shuttles in pursuit of a shuttle thief, which he doesn't bother taking in, knowing he can get even more money from the criminals gang who will come after him when they learn they have killed their leader. Joining up with a cadre of hunters, the group follow after Vangelis and his men, but the droid is ambushed by the gang and his body is shot up and destroyed. The criminals know who the famous IG-88 is, taking his head to their lair and finding information on his bounties in his data chip. They find one of the targets is the Galactic Syndicate, and the head activates as they take it to the Galactic Syndicate, showing them the bounties, one of which is Vangelis, the Syndicate leader's son. The Syndicate kill the criminals as IG's head activates, killing everyone in the room with a hidden blaster as the IG-2000 arrives, dropping IG-88's new body to him and reattaching the head. Killing even more criminals in the room, IG-88 counts 12 bodies to be collected, much more than he would have gotten from one Imperial shuttle thief. Next we head to Dagobah, where Yoda is haunted by a dream which awakens him. Realizing his food stores are low, Yoda gathers his hunting things to go hunting, killing some wildlife in the traditional way of bow and arrow. Yoda knows that he will never use a lightsaber again, as part of his penance for the hubris that led to the fall of the Jedi Order and for his blindness. As he hunts, he soon falls into a crevice, reminding him of his fight in the Senate. The fall traps him in some rubble, and finding himself trapped, cannot help but laugh, calling himself foolish. Reaching out for the Force, he knows that he will not let this planet be his prison, and the Jedi will not end like this, trapped by rocks. Freeing himself, he knows why in that instant the Force failed him, because he allowed shame, blindness, and hubris to enter his thoughts. But for a Jedi, these can be really great teachers, since they have the power to move mountains. Heading home with his hunt, he begins cooking, that is until the rumble of a crashing X-Wing stirs him from his hut, only to find a young man and his droid have crashed on his planet. Yoda knows the boy instantly as the one from his dream, the same dream that brought him shame and hubris, but his mind isn't clouded anymore by that and sees the boy as a new hope, and maybe he won't be the last of the Jedi after all. At Kashyyyk, Porkins and Big finish off some TIE fighters, and doing so, Porkins sees a hologram from the TIE floating through space, depicting the pilot and his loving family. Back at base, Biggs wants to celebrate with Porkins for a successful mission, but Jack doesn't want to, since it's just endless parade of death and nothing is solved in this war, and he needs more than that, and he needs time off. Biggs knows that there is a vacation planet nearby that they could go to for some R&R, so heading to Irith, the friends try and relax, but after day 12 they are kicked out thanks to an Imperial officer getting some special treatment. Sick of the Empire ruining everything, the pair confront the officer in her quarters, learning she isn't actually an officer, but just pretending to be one to get the special VIP treatment and get away from her 6 kids and spice mine job. Porkins believes her and apologizes, but as they leave, the woman calls security on them. The 2 friends try and escape on a flying dragon, but it tries to eat Biggs. Porkins saves his friend, and the 2 make what they think is a daring jump, only to fall into a ditch, where the guards tell them they have to leave or they will be contacting the manager. Returning to the rebel fleet, Porkins learns in their absence some of their friends died, and new pilots took their place. Porkins wonders why this war has to be so complicated, as the Imperial officer they met returns to her job as an Imperial janitor. Alarms blaze as the pilots head for their ships, and Porkins sees the dead pilot he shot down in his cockpit. Getting aboard, he wonders when this war will be over. Age of Rebellion Special Issue 1 was a really interesting collection of stories, and they were all surprisingly deep, especially the Porkins and Yoda one. The Yoda one, which dived into the mind of Yoda and how he briefly forgot what the Force meant to a Jedi. My favorite was the Porkins story, which, while absolutely hilarious, had some pretty stark reminders that these characters are in the midst of a bloody civil war and there's no real escaping it. It's everywhere for these people and it takes a toll on them, as we saw with Porkins. I'm very much looking forward to the Resistance version of this and what those characters will yield in terms of stories like this. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching my newest video. If you enjoyed it, you might also like to check out my other reviews here on my channel. You can also follow me on various social media platforms like Twitter by searching Matt_FOS, or even join the Comic Multiverse Discord server and chat with other comic book fans, including myself and Joel from Cape Joel. Want cheap comics and trades? Head over to the book depository with the link in the description to get the cheapest trades and comics around, along with free shipping anywhere in the world. Until next time, this has been Matt of the Fortress of Solitude. Thank you so much for watching.